Students, good morning. Today I am Professor Jali Simon. Today we are going to study a fourth unit, joining process or welding. Welding is the fourth unit, very much important unit of our subject. Okay, it is also called as a joining process. Okay, so we'll study this. So in this video we'll see the introduction of the joining process of welding. So what are the joining processes? Okay, so what are the syllabus related with the surface preparation and types of joints? Welding classification. We'll see the classification, how welding is broadly classified. Then we'll see what is arc welding theory, then SMAW welding, GTAW, FCAW, submerged arc welding, it is also called SAW, stud welding. Okay. Then we'll see the resistant welding. In this unit, theory of the resistant welding, spot, seam and projection weld process, gas welding, various types of the gas welding, soldering, brazing, braze welding, joint through adhesive, classification of the adhesive, types of adhesive application, weld inspection, defects in various joint and their remedies. So this is the syllabus of the joining process or welding. So first of all, the introduction means what is joining process. What is the introduction? Everyone is familiar with the joining process. Everyone has seen welding when we pass. When you see when you pass through the when we see in our nearby places the welding workshops, you can see the various types of weldings are there. So we can see that most of the welders use the gas welding cutters, gas welding techniques, arc welding techniques or general work for automobile purpose, for sheet metal gas cutters. For arc welding is also used. So we are familiar with the joining process, welding process. Okay. So joining processes are used for joining metal parts and general fabrication work. Such requirements are generally occur when large or lengthy sections are required in the structure. Also, these processes are applied when steam or water-tight joints are needed. Okay, water-tight joints are required. The commonly joined processes are welding, soldering. This is the broad classification. Okay. What is welding process? It is the joining process used for various metals and their alloys. In this process, two or more pieces of metals are joined by application of either heat or pressure. But two or more metal pieces are joined. Welding, metal pieces are joined and are joined by application of either heat. Sometimes application of heat is there or pressure, or both is there. In plastic pressure welding, the metal pieces to be welded are heated to plastic state and then forced together by extreme pressure. In fusion or non-pressure welding, the metal pieces to be joined are heated to molten state and allowed to solidify. Now this classification of the welding process: arc welding, gas welding and resistant welding. In arc welding, the classification is gas tungsten arc welding, TIG weld. It is also called as a TIG welding, gas tungsten. Then shielded metal arc welding. In gas metal arc welding, it is also called as a MIG, gas metal arc. Then these submerged arc welding, then plasma arc welding, stud arc welding. This is classification of the arc welding. And gas welding is classified into oxyacetylene welding, oxyhydrocarbon welding, then air acetylene welding, pressure gas welding. This is related to the gas. And third is the resistant welding, spot welding, seam welding, projection welding, percussion welding, precision welding. So this is the classification of the welding process. Again, further it is classified into solid state welding, thermochemical, radiant energy, solid state, cold welding, friction welding, ultrasonic, diffusion, explosion, roll welding. Fifth one is the thermochemical, thermite, atomic hydrogen, radiant energy welding, electron beam, laser beam welding. Advantage and disadvantage of. So this is the introduction part of the welding process. So that's why we are focusing on what is the syllabus, how it is classified, and what is the application. And this question is also in examination. What is define welding? What is the that is the write down the classification of the welding. How weldings are classified. So people should be able to classify it properly. Advantage: a large number of metal alloys, both similar and dissimilar, can be joined. It can be mechanized. Nowadays robots are also welding. So robot can be used for welding. Lightweight steel, it can be mechanized. Strength of welded joint is more. White leak foot joint. These are the advantage of it. Welding bits are not very cost. Disadvantage, it gives harmful radiations factor. Welding results in residual species and distortion of the workpiece. Heat generated in the welding process produces metallurgical changes, hence the structure of welded joint is different than that of the parent metal. Now applications of welding process: aircraft construction, welding of engine part, turbine frame, ducts, etc. Railroad equipments, air receiver, engine, front and rear hoods, etc. Piping and pipelines, open pipe joints, oil and gas pipelines, etc. Then pressure vessels and tanks, buildings and bridges, a number of operations. These are only a few. In automobile industries, without welding, nothing is possible. Welding is required for two-wheeler, four-wheeler, and repair work also. We are going to carry out the welding process. Okay, number of applications are there. Household applications are there. Okay, so for this video, this is the video only related to the introduction. This is the starting the further one. Thank you very much.